Hello, this is Dr. Grande. Today's question is, can I analyze the case of Dutch, Lichtenstein, and Heather Morgan? Just a reminder, I'm not diagnosing anybody in this video, only speculating about what could be happening in a situation like this. If you enjoy this video, please like it, subscribe to my channel, and consider supporting me on Patreon. I will put the link to Patreon in the description for this video. I'll start with the background of this case, then move to my analysis. At the time of making this video, Dutch Lichtenstein is 34 years old, and Heather Morgan is 31 years old. They are a married couple who lives in a $1 million condominium in New York City. It appears as though they rent the unit as opposed to owning it. According to the U.S. Department of Justice, here's what happened in this case. Sometime around August of 2016, a hacker breached the virtual currency exchange of a company named Bitfinex. The hacker was able to initiate over 2,000 Bitcoin transfers and moved almost 120,000 Bitcoin to an outside wallet. A wallet is a virtual account. The Bitcoin were valued at about $71 million at the time, but by February of 2022, they were worth $4.5 billion. Investigators were able to trace some of these stolen funds on the Bitcoin blockchain. Sometime around January of 2017, some of the Bitcoin were moved out of the wallet to various other locations using a large quantity of complex transactions, as if somebody was trying to conceal the path of the Bitcoin. Investigators were able to track the Bitcoin despite these efforts. The Bitcoin ended up in multiple accounts controlled by Dutch Lichtenstein and his wife Heather Morgan. Even though these transfers occurred, most of the Bitcoin stayed in the original wallet. On January 31, 2022, the government gained access to the wallet by decrypting a file saved on a cloud storage account owned by Lichtenstein. The wallet contained the private keys to a list of 2,000 virtual currency addresses. Almost all of these addresses were linked to the original hack that occurred in 2016. The authorities seized almost 95,000 Bitcoin remaining in the wallet. It was valued at over $3.6 billion, which, as I understand it, makes this the largest seizure of funds in the history of the Department of Justice. It appears as though Lichtenstein and Morgan were trying to launder the money that had been obtained through the hack, although the government did not accuse either one of them of being the hacker. The method that the couple used to allegedly launder the Bitcoin was remarkably complex. They used multiple accounts with fictitious identities, moved the stolen funds through thousands of transactions. These transactions were automated using computer programs. They made use of darknet markets to hide the transaction history, and they converted the Bitcoin into other forms of currency. It does not appear as though the couple was able to spend too much of the money. They purchased some gold, non-fungible tokens, a Walmart gift card, and made relatively small payments to a few other places. On that cloud storage account belonging to Lichtenstein, the authorities found a text file named Passport Ideas and a folder named Personas. They also found a bag of burner phones under the couple's bed. Perhaps they were thinking about disappearing sometime soon. Lichtenstein and Morgan were charged with conspiracy to commit money laundering and conspiracy to defraud the United States. The first charge carries a maximum sentence of 20 years in prison. The second charge, 5 years in prison. Now moving to my analysis. Bitcoin was the first cryptocurrency, and it is the most popular and most highly valued, at least at the time making this video. Cryptocurrency is a computer code generated by publicly available software, which allows people to store and send value online. Bitcoin is a decentralized cryptocurrency. It does not rely on any central authority or government to regulate it. One of the concerns with cryptocurrency is that it can be used for illegal activity fairly easily, although in this case, the government was able to effectively identify and trace cryptocurrency transactions. The value of cryptocurrency is determined by public trading conducted by exchange houses. This value can fluctuate wildly. For example, in November of 2021, Bitcoin reached a high of about $67,000. but in January of 2022, it dropped to about $35,000. At the time making this video, it's trading around $44,000. Now looking at the two individuals accused in this money laundering scheme. Dutch Lichtenstein grew up in the suburbs of Chicago. He became a United States citizen in 2002. He holds citizenship in Russia as well. He claims to be an angel investor, technology entrepreneur, coder, and occasional magician. According to his LinkedIn profile, he has a bachelor's degree in psychology. Heather Morgan was born in Oregon and grew up in California. She has spent time in Hong Kong and Egypt. According to her LinkedIn profile, she has a bachelor's degree in economics and international relations and a master's degree in economics of international development. Morgan claims to be a serial entrepreneur, prolific writer, irreverent comedic rapper, and an investor in business-to-business software companies. On her website, she specifies her rapper name as Razzle Khan. Referring to herself in the third person, she writes, "Razzle Khan is like Genghis Khan, but with more pizzazz." Because that's the first thing that people think of when they think of Genghis Khan. Not the mass murder, rather the abundant quantity of pizzazz. Morgan goes on to write, "No one knows for sure where this rapper's from. Could be the North African desert, the jungles of Vietnam, or another universe. All that matters is she's here to stick up for misfits and underdogs everywhere." Considering her bizarre behavior, I think another universe is a real possibility in this case. She continues by indicating she has synesthesia. Her art resembles something between an acid trip and a delightful nightmare, not for those who are easily offended. She likes to push the limits of what people are comfortable with. Her style combines dark and disturbing concepts with dirty jokes and gestures. She explores new frontiers of art, pushing the limits of what's possible. Her art will not be boring or mediocre. I think she makes a good point with that last line. Her art is not mediocre. Being designated as such would be a massive improvement. In what I will loosely refer to as a music video by Heather Morgan, titled Versace Bedouin, Morgan refers to herself as the Crocodile of Wall Street, as she, and I assume her friends, dance around Wall Street in the middle of the day. Onlookers appear to be simultaneously confused, terrified, and amused. Here are a few items I picked up from the lyrics Morgan delivered in her video. She has come real far, but does not know where she's headed. I think the Department of Justice can help her solve this problem by providing her a clear destination in the future. She is a rapper, an economist, a journalist, a writer, and a CEO. She has the bling that wins. Everyone worries too much about what's proper, but not Raz. No shame. That don't stop her. Morgan's music video is repetitive, cringeworthy, aimless, unsettling, and poorly executed. She claims to be a comedic rapper, and to be fair, she did get people laughing. I think they were laughing at her as opposed to with her, but laughing nonetheless. In addition to considering herself to be a rapper, Heather Morgan is a writer. She wrote articles for 2 magazines in New York. One of them was Forbes, where she contributed at least 55 articles. One was titled, "Experts Share Tips to Protect Your Business from Cyber Criminals." I guess Forbes accepted her contributions as part of a new program to promote the perspectives of Wall Street crocodiles. Now moving to my final thoughts. Lichtenstein and Morgan allegedly perpetrated a massively complex crime, but their social media presence does not seem consistent with master criminals. One thing that occurs to me is how Heather Morgan does not seem to have much insight as to how other people see her. Perhaps she's correct about how shame will not stop her. Perhaps there is no shame there that could stop her. Maybe this characteristic contributed to her alleged behavior, like she thought that no one would ever realize what she did or be able to figure out the Bitcoin transfers. If this couple is guilty, it seems clear that this wasn't something they did by accident. This took a lot of commitment, time, and understanding of the cryptocurrency market. Ultimately, they did not really reap any meaningful benefits from the money laundering. So they really didn't get too far at all. They were able to make a few relatively small purchases, and that was it. As I mentioned, the Bitcoin value in this scheme is in the billions of dollars. By the time these two go to trial, it could be even more valuable or completely worthless, bringing it into alignment with the value of Heather Morgan's rap videos. Those are my thoughts on the case of Dutch Lichtenstein and Heather Morgan. Please put any opinions and thoughts in the comment section. They always generate an interesting dialogue. As always, I hope you found my analysis of this topic to be informative. Thanks for watching.